is going on, guys? Diablo Dyna here, and we just received this package. We finally got the BungKing lift kit for the 06 and up Dynas, which basically adds a spacer to right where the shock mount goes, and it just shifts it up. So we will be installing that today. The BungKing kit was $115 off their website. It's a great purchase. It raises the bike up and allows you to turn a little bit better. As for the thunder header, I love it. Excuse me, I'm charging my phone. It's loud. People hear me. It's pretty okay. I mean, it backfires a lot. I'm okay with it. But my concern is, since there's no bracket to hold the actual exhaust up, I might have to fab one up from the stock one that I haven't taken off and just like connect it somehow. Anyways, let's get to the video of installing this. It comes with all the necessary hardware to install it, and let's get started. First things first, assess your materials. So we got two lift blocks, 4 nuts, 4 bolts, and 7 washers. I'm not sure if I'm missing a washer or not, but we'll see when we get there. So let's get started. So first things first, I'm gonna jack up the bike from underneath. I'm gonna put a maybe block or something underneath there so I can jack it up. So basically you wanna get the suspension uncompressed. So you wanna get the wheel to hang and it be airborne, so no wheel touching. So let's do that. So the bike is up off the ground. It's spinning in neutral freely, though it may not be the safest way. I got it to stay and it's pretty secure. So just to note, I'm not a mechanic. Don't do anything I do. Just do what I'm doing, but in a safe manner. Blah, 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 blah. You know, that stuff. Anyway, so here's what you'll need. So for this side, it just threads through. Where's it at? The camera. There it is. So it just threads through. I mean, there's no nut on the back. But on the other side, there is a nut, or rather a bolt. I can't see very well. And it's right here. Barely see it. But it's a 3/4 inch bolt head. So you're going to need yourself a 3/4 inch. And then for the main bolt, since it's a Torx, you're going to need a where the fuck is T50 Torx. Alright, so let's get started. So what I'm going to do right now is unbolt this nut or Torx screw, and then hopefully this side will fall, this can come up, and then I'll figure out which one of these blocks goes on this side. It might be this one. I'm pretty sure it's this one. We'll see though. There we go. Now we got a light. My bike's dirty because I just rode in the rain, so we'll see. Let's just undo this nut and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I got it out finally. And this folds up and we put this one, the half one, behind, and it bolts in like that and it lifts it up. But now I just realized we have to get the other side off so we can bolt them up together, and because my plan was to bolt it up one by one. So here's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the pre-existing bolt, which you're supposed to, you're gonna thread it, but the only difference is you're gonna have a nut and a washer behind it, so it'll keep it locked in place. So I'm gonna do that, I'll get back to you. So I've got it on. I'm pretty sure this is not the correct way to do it, but the bolt is completely through, and I'm having to take this wrench and tighten it, you know, bit by bit. Who knows? I mean, it might be. I didn't read instructions. But. So after this is done and tight, we're gonna go to the other side and loosen up the bolts and drop the bottom so it completes itself. Okay, so everything's all tight back there. We're gonna switch over to the other side. This is where you're gonna need your 3/4 inch wrench. Come over here, and you're gonna hold it, and then take your Torx and put it in there and use it. Oopsie daisies. but it's already pre-loosened, so let me take this off and it'll drop the bottom and you'll see that. So this is what the current height is. You'll see it with the lift kit on afterward. Okay, so now that it's dropped quite a bit, we're going to put the other block behind it and then take the original bolt, put it through. Maybe not, because we got that to go in the way. So that's why they gave us a short bolt over there. This bolt. So that goes in there. Sorry, zoomed in. And it barely misses on the other side. Barely, actually. We're gonna have to put another washer in there. Alright. So it was a little too close for my liking, so I used a washer on the outside and a washer on the inside to space it out. So now all you gotta do is tighten it. And I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, so I'll get back to you. Okay, so now that both sides are lined up, well, this side's lined up, so we're gonna shove this one through here. Actually, we're gonna put a spacer. Not space, yeah, a washer. You put a washer in there, and then kind of like, because since the wheel's down, you're gonna have to lift up the wheel a little bit to get it in there. That's it. But back it out so you can get the nut in there, and then we're gonna take a washer in that. I actually gave you extra material, so that's nice. I don't know what that bolt's for. I guess we'll find out later. So yeah, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. So with this side done and bolted down and tight, you can see, hopefully it's on the same side, but that raises it quite a bit. It's supposed to be 1 3/4 inches or 1 1/4 inches, something like that. But let's go do it on the other side now. So same thing, we're gonna shove the bolt through here, give it a little space for the washer on the back. You have a little bit more space back here because you got room. And same thing, washer and a nut. Get it threaded. And just use your 3/4 and 3/4 socket to get there, to get it tight. And then there you go, you got a lifted bike. Alright guys, that is it. BungKing's Dyna lift kit lifts it up quite a bit. I mean, it was pretty easy to install. Took me about 45 minutes because I'm recording the video. Should take you about 20, honestly. Might be even faster if you have the proper like tools for the jacks and stuff. But overall, it feels like I'm sitting on a sport bike. It feels like I'm sitting back on a Gixxer. I can still flat foot, but it does feel a little tighter. Like I feel like I'm kind of tippy-toeing it more. So we'll see on the next video what it's like to ride now that I've got the ground clearance. Probably still gonna scrape pipe because that's what I do. But we'll see. Anyways, Diablo Dyna out, guys.